Hello, my name is Eddie Roney. I am in Mrs. Markson's macroeconomics class at Wake Tech Community College, and today I will be talking to y'all about compound interest and the importance of saving money. To start, I'll give a brief summary of how compound interest works, and I'll give an example of annually compounded interest. Essentially, you put an amount into savings, here we'll say $1,000, at a specified interest rate, here we'll say 5%, and every year your money will gain interest, and the interest you have gained will also gain interest in the following years. You can see how this can quickly become exponential. With my example of $1,000 principal and 5% interest each year, the first year you gain $50, the second year you gain $52.50, the fifth year you gain $60.78, the 10th year you gain $77.57, the 20th year you gain $132.67, which is around 25% of your principal amount. On your 48th year, you're earning $520 interest, which is exceeding your principal amount. And you're getting all of this money from just putting it into an account and waiting. Now let's dive into some real world examples where money is added each year with no principal. We will be using moneychimp.com to calculate compounded interest in each of these scenarios. To start, example 1, suppose you are a 22-year-old college graduate who just started working, and while you do not have any money, you had a plan to start saving. Assume you successfully saved just $730 a year, which is only $2 a day, and invested it in a well-diversified vehicle, realizing 7% interest compounded once annually every year from now until you retire. How much would you have 43 years from now when you retire at 65 years old? So we start with nothing. We gain $2 a day, which is $730 a year. We will let it grow for 43 years. And the interest rate is 7%. Let's calculate this. After 43 years, you end up with $193,000 at retirement, thanks to the 7% interest rate in the 43 years. To put it into perspective, if there was no interest compounding and you saved $730 a year for 43 years, you're only gaining $31,000. So around $160,000 of this, $193,000, is from the interest rate. Now remember this amount. If you wait until 30 to start saving instead of 22, that's 8 less years, giving you 35 years to grow. 8 less years. Let's see what the amount becomes. $107,000, which is $85,000 less than you would have had if you started saving 8 years earlier. 8 years at $730 a year, you lose $5,840 from waiting 8 years, just in the amount that you're putting in, and $79,000 of it is from a loss of interest from waiting those 8 years. So the moral of the story here is save early. Now let's take a look at the same example at $3 a day instead of $2 a day, which is $1,095 per year for 43 years. Go back to 730 for a second. Remember the value, 193,000 at 1,095, 43 years. That is 290,000. An extra 100,000 for just putting $1 extra a day into your savings account. Bring this back 8 years. I think the value should be around 150,000 maybe. Let's see. around $162,000 if you wait 8 years. That is a loss of $130,000. Again, save early. Evaluating the numbers, in those 8 years, you are losing $8,760 from foregone savings, from not putting the savings into your account each year, and you are losing around $120,000 due to a loss of interest from those 8 years. So the most important lesson to take from this assignment is to start saving as early as you can, even if it is only in small amounts, like our previous examples of $2 to $3 a day, because you can see that that really does add up. If you have something like a 7% interest rate, you will be left with a lot of money when you retire. I think all of us have something that we spend money on that we maybe shouldn't spend money on each day. Coffee, candy, soda, cigarettes, beer, anything that's kind of a small expenditure each day that we don't really need to survive. It's more of a comfort thing. So in my case, I recently quit smoking cigarettes, and I recently quit chewing tobacco. For cigarettes, at 5 packs a week, I was spending $25 per week, which is $3.57 per day. On chewing tobacco, at 5 tins a week, I was spending $15 a week, or $2.14 per day. Adding these together, I'm saving $5.71 per day, which is $2,084.15 per year. Let's go ahead and calculate how much money I could save for retirement if I'm putting this into a savings account. So $2,084.15 per year. I am 25 years old. We'll say I retire at 65. That's 40 years. The interest rate, I'm gonna say a 3% interest rate, because I don't know how easy it is to find an account with a 7% interest rate. I feel like 3% is logical, and as you'll see, it still is a good bit of money. Let's go ahead and calculate it. After 40 years, 3% interest rate from saving the money that I would have used for smoking and chewing tobacco, I retire with $159,000. So I am very happy with my decision. Along with the health reasons, obviously. I have not started putting the money into savings yet, but this is making me want to highly consider it. Now again, if I pocket the money and don't spend it, 0% interest rate, just keep it in my pocket, it's still $81,000 a year. But if I put it into a savings account, that is $160,000 a year. That is double the amount I would be earning if I were to just pocket it. Now, to go along with the other examples of the college graduate, they had a 7% interest rate. Let's just see how much I would have at a 7% interest rate, saving all of this money. $437,000 at retirement. that would lead to a healthy end of my lifetime. To go over some other examples, I'm going to keep using a 3% interest rate, 40 years. Let's see, some people like to get a Starbucks coffee every day. I'm going to estimate that it's about $2.50 for a Starbucks coffee. And then if you get like a Frappy or a macchiato, that's like, I don't know, $6. I don't really order that, but it's like $6. But we'll say $2.50 every day for a coffee. Times 365 days, that is $912.50 per year. 40 years, 3% interest rate. That is $70,000 when you retire. if you stop drinking coffee every day. Or, I mean, if you